All right, welcome back. It is Friday, June 14th, 2024. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening. It is a brisk 95 degrees, 60% humidity. Today's little project this evening, is you guys watched us take this car to the Dallas show for nothing. Brake caliper locked up, so I'm going to be replacing the front brake calipers on this thing. I got them on Amazon. They were $88.99 a pair, loaded with the caliper, no brake pads. These are, I believe, 81 to 89. This car has a spindle swap. Those aren't familiar with what that means. These cars come factory with 16-inch rims and big brakes from the factory. So to try and go from a 16-inch rim to a 13-inch rim, it's doable, but you're going to be grinding a lot, and then it's dangerous. You can go to 14s, you're still going to be grinding a lot. But to fit 13s, you have to do a spindle swap, what they call, for an earlier model Lincoln. And so basically you swap the spindle, the disc, and the caliper. I'm sorry, the rotor and the caliper, and you got to do some modifications to the tie rods. Anyways, that's what was done with this car whenever we did the hydraulics. Actually, I took it to my buddy Al. He did some stress point reinforcement and did the spindle swap for me. 81 to 89 Lincoln. So I believe the pads or the calipers are the same, 81 to 89, 90 to 94, 95 to 97, 98 to 02, and then 03 and up. I believe they're all the same. Kind of rolled the dice. I'm hoping they're 81 to 89 and not 90 to 94. We'll see. I didn't take the wheels off to even look. I ordered them on Amazon because, hey, if they're the wrong ones, free returns on Amazon. Just put it in a box, drop it back off, then order the correct ones. Anyways, today what I'm going to do this afternoon is get this thing on the lift, get these front rims off, and see what we got. I'll be happy if I get that done, and if they're the right ones, then we'll probably move along. Should be really pretty straightforward. Should be 2 bolts that hold this thing on, 1 brake line. Pretty straightforward. Bring you guys along for the ride. All right, so we got the wheel off, and maybe those guys that don't know, when you're taking a knockoff, to loosen it, you always want to hit them forward. Doesn't matter what side it's on. To loosen it, you hit it forward. Tighten it, you hit it backward. Got the front rim off, and it looks like we're in luck. It looks like we're in luck. Looks identical. Looks corroded and rusted. Could be the reason it's stuck. What I'm going to do now is loosen these 2 bolts right here. Look like they are 17. I'm going to loosen them. I'm going to take the pads off. I'm going to swap the pads to the new caliper. I'm going to put the new caliper on, and then I'm going to loosen the hose from the old caliper and put it on the new caliper. So that's going to hopefully limit some of the brake fluid dripping out. And that should pretty much be straightforward. I'm hoping. Hope we don't run into anything complicated. You know how that goes. And then eventually probably gonna have to bleed these front brakes. So let me crack these 2 bolts loose, get this thing off and swapped over. Alright, so that's a wrap. Just to summarize here, this is a spindle swap out of a 81 to 89 Lincoln Towncar. So that includes the spindle, the rotor, the caliper, the hub, and then we had to modify the tie rod. You got to cut them down. And I'm running the spoons that I actually slotted to adjust the camber in and out. Now if you're hopping or whatever, that's going to come loose, but for what I do, it's fine. It hasn't moved at all, so I can adjust the camber however I want. These are 17mm bolts. 2 bolts hold this whole thing on, it comes off, and then a 10mm right here for the brake line. Real simple. And then of course your bleeder screws right here. About to bleed them right now here. I got to get some help out here. We're going to bleed it the old school way, pushing the pedal. Take you around the other side here. Same thing. 2 17mm. 10mm right here on the brake line, and the thing slid right off. Didn't have to tap it with the hammer or hair, but it came off and it went right back on. We got lucky with the Amazon for $88.99, so less than $100. Our problem is solved. We should be good to go now with brand new calipers. So we're gonna bleed these brakes real quick. Do have to run a spacer on the Daytons because I believe they were rubbing the bolt right here just a hair. So just running spacers. It's a real simple job. You can do this stuff yourself. I mean, literally it was 2 wrenches, 17 and 10. And then of course we're gonna have to bleed it, which that probably looks like another, I don't know, an 8 or something like that. Probably metric. Anyways, man, that's how you save money. You do it yourself. You try and take this car to, you know, brake check or Midas or whatever, and they're gonna look at you crazy, man. They're not even gonna know what part to order. They're gonna order a 98 to 02 and it ain't gonna fit, and then they're gonna be stuck. So hope you guys enjoyed this little episode here. It's hot, but I'm gonna get Mrs. Lonestar out here. She's gonna pump the pedal on the lift and bleed these things real quick. We're gonna bleed the passenger side first and then the driver's side, top off the fluid, and the job is done. Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode here, this little video. Save you some money. Stay tuned for more work, and thanks for watching.